Alright, what's good, y'all? And welcome back to another edition of Bougie on a Budget, where we take a little bit of something and turn it into a lot of something. We're trying to make a meal for $40 and under to feed a family of at least 4 people, okay? So what we're finna be doing today is beef tips, mashed potatoes, and some good old honey butter cornbread. So this is gonna be more of a payday budget meal. You feel me? Like, you just got paid, you wanna eat something good, but you still gotta realize that them auto drives gonna come out in a couple of days. So we still gotta keep it, reel it in, all right? All the ingredients gonna be in the description box below, so you can go ahead and make this along with me. And then also make sure, if you ain't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, just a quick little, all right? And then also tap that notification bell so you can be notified when all the new recipes is dropping, all right? So let's go ahead and hop off into it.
I do my thing in the kitchen. My name is Cord, I'm for the culture, and I'm here with a vision. We here to talk, chop it up. They say the odds are stacked against us. We ain't seen that bet. And the things we do in kitchens, y'all ain't seen that shit. Yes, Lord, let me talk. Listen, man, we here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. You now Turned in the Kitchen Culture Podcast.
All right, so for everything for today's meal, I spent about $40, minus the seasonings, because most of these seasonings that you're gonna see here, most people have in their cabinet, all right? Very basic. But from the onion, which is like $1.30, or sometimes you can get it for 99 cents. Your sour cream you can get cheap if you get the store brand. We got some broccoli that we're gonna roast. Bag of russet potatoes, so that way you can use this for other things, whether you're gonna use it for home fries, mashed potatoes, whatever the case. Potatoes will carry you a long way and they'll fill you up, you feel what I'm saying? This is the bulk of our cost right here. The stewed meat, I got 2 packs of meat. If you got a big family, obviously you're gonna need more than 1 pack of meat. This meat ran me about like $18, $20. And then heavy cream. If you ever really if you know shopping, like dairy is gonna cost a little bit. So I think this is about like $2.50, $3. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna hit our beef with a little bit of olive oil. Season this thing on up with some Tony's, or you can get you some nature seasoning or your favorite all-purpose kind of seasoning. That's fine. But I'm gonna say either Tony's or your nature's. Black pepper. Onion powder. Now, it's only because I cook a lot, that I got garlic paste just readily available in the fridge. But otherwise, you can use some garlic powder, no problem. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit our beef tips with a little bit of that. And then we're gonna come through with some smoked paprika. Now go ahead and get your hands up in there, don't be scared. Go ahead and mix everything on up. Make sure each piece of beef is well coated with that seasoning. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this aside and then go ahead and do our veggie prep real quick. All right, so first things first, we're gonna get us an onion. All right, go ahead real quick, slice that in half. And if you subscribe to the channel, you've seen me do this a million times, but we'll go over it though. So keep that root intact back there, help you keep from crying while you're cutting this. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that outer peel, because nobody wants that. Now, how you cut it is all your prerogative at this point. I'm gonna cut this into thin strips, also known as julienning. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. So first things first, you're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to your pot. I'm using a Dutch oven, which works really good for like braising and things like that. We're more so gonna cook this low and slow type vibe, but we're gonna go ahead and get this all heated up. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our beef tips on in. So look, right now what we're doing, we're not looking to cook these all the way through, because you're just not gonna be able to do that. We're just getting a nice little sear on all our meat. Get it nice and brown. So just about like 2-3 minutes each side. So right now I'm just kind of flipping these around so we can get all of these sides cooked evenly. But boy, one thing about it, hey, if you cooking along with me, boy, your house ought to be smelling good. I mean, yeah, it should smell like grandma in them house right about now. All right. So I'm gonna just turn this off for a second real quick while we take this out. So beef is done. We're gonna go ahead and just set this aside in a bowl. Now I turned the eye off just for the simple fact that all of these drippings and everything that's gonna be left in the bottom of this pot, which I'll show you in a second, we're gonna keep all that. So look, all the drippings and juice at the bottom of your pot, keep that in there. Keep that in there. That's gonna be real good with your gravy. Just trust the process. Okay, so all the onions that we julienned or thinly sliced, we're gonna go ahead and add those into the same pot that we just got done cooking our beef in. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cook these onions down for about a good 5 minutes. We're not trying to like caramelize them or nothing, we just wanna soften them. Just a little bit. Now we're gonna go ahead and add us in about 2 to 3 tablespoons of some all-purpose flour. Go ahead and work this all in. Make sure you scrape that bottom too. Make sure you scrape that bottom and we work everything in. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and re-season this real quick just because the flavor carries a lot better if you do it that way. So come in with your smoked paprika, little Tony, garlic powder or garlic paste. Now people always ask, why do you use so much garlic paste? I just like the flavor's a little bit stronger, you know? A little black pepper, onion powder. So we're gonna add some hoochie sauce on in, or for people that's new to the channel, Worcestershire. I just think hoochie sound better. You know, it got a little ring to it. And we're gonna add some soy sauce in, just a little bit. All right, so we're gonna add in about 4 to 5 cups of some beef broth. Just depending on how thick you like your gravy. So now, we got everything mixed up real good. What we wanna do at this point, get you like a small spoon, taste your work. So that way you can see if you need to adjust anything, like if you need to add any more salt, you need to make it a little bit more herby, whatever the case. Go ahead and check it at this time. All right, so look, right now what we're doing after you taste your work, make sure you like it and everything is perfect. Go ahead, we're gonna bring this up to a low boil. All right, now that we got this to a little bit of a low boil, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and add that beef back on into this mixture here. Yeah. Now, there's a lot of ways you could cook this now. If you press for time, maybe you wanna put this on before you go to work. Boom. If you ain't got time to sear the meat, I suggest doing that just because it locks in that flavor a little bit better. But you could 100% just dump everything into your crock pot if you got one, you know, your crock pot slow cooker. And then by the time you get home, you're working a regular 8-hour shift or whatever the case, it's gonna be ready. Just set it on low, do its thing. Let it do its thing. And just one more thing we gotta add. All right, so we got 2 bay leaves. Drop that on in. Go ahead and cover this on up with a lid, and we're gonna let this simmer. It's gonna take about 1.5 to 2 hours to let this do its thing, all right? So while them beef chips going, we're gonna multitask, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and make our cornbread from scratch. This is a meal that you make with love, okay? Homemade cornbread is real easy. But by all means, if you want to, use Jiffy, save yourself some time, ingredients, all that stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with a little Jiffy. Came through for us for many years. So what we're gonna do, we got a cup of some yellow cornmeal. If you got a lot of people to feed, just double this, double the recipe. A cup of some all-purpose flour. Get you some pure Caucasian sugar. And we're gonna go ahead and just add a good little bit in because it's gonna be a honey butter cornbread. It's gonna have a little sweetness to it. Get you approximately about a teaspoon of some baking powder. Then we're gonna go with about 1/2 teaspoon of some baking soda. Get you a good little pinch of some salt. Now, with your cornbread, what you're gonna do, you mix your dry ingredients in a separate bowl from your wet ingredients. All right, take your dry ingredients, set these aside while we're working on our wet ingredients. So this is gonna be our wet bowl right here. So go in with about a cup of some buttermilk. Now we're gonna add in 1/2 cup of some melted unsalted butter. Now I like to add me a little bit of honey on into this mixture here, just a little bit. All right, crack in 2 eggs. And then we're just gonna go ahead and beat them eggs until everything is well combined. So go ahead and add your wet to your dry, and then just start working everything around. Thing is, you don't wanna overmix it, but make sure all of the powders, you know what I mean? All of the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients are worked in together. So now, what we're gonna do, I'm using a baking dish for this, but you could also use a cast iron skillet. But we're gonna go ahead and spray this down. Got a little baker's joy. If you got some Pam, use that. But we're gonna go ahead and add this cornbread mixture into our baking dish. And now for that last little bit, get you a rubber spatula if you got one. We don't want to waste none of that. We don't want to waste none of that. You know what I mean? That's extra cornbread. And if you got a big family to feed, you need it all. Now we're gonna go ahead and throw our cornbread in the oven at 400 until it's nice and golden brown and the toothpick will come out clean. So usually about like 20 minutes. So while the food waiting to get done, I felt like I would be remiss if I didn't tell you about this, okay? So my new cookbook, The New Southern Table, got 2 of the recipes that we're working on today, all right? So we got the Mama's Famous beef tips and rice. Of course, we switched it up and did mashed potatoes, but you got, if you wanna do a slow cooker, you wanna do it in a pressure cooker, I got it for you so you can do it, okay? Now also the honey butter cornbread recipe is in the book too. In total, you got over 110 recipes in this book to get you from point A to point Z. Everything you need from your basics to making a caramel cake from scratch and then some, look. But tap in, the link for this is in the description box below. All right, but back to the recipe though. So I got 6 russet potatoes that I skinned. It's up to you if you want to keep your skin on or not. And we're cutting them so that way these boil a lot faster, because cooking with love, you still want to be efficient. You ain't trying to do this all day. All right, you ain't trying to be at this all day. So now once you cut up your potatoes, go ahead and set them in a bowl of cold water, just so that way your potatoes don't start to oxidize or turn that nasty brown color, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead, set them aside, and then again, to maximize on time, hopefully while you was cutting up the potatoes, you got your water coming up to a boil. All right, so our water then came up to a boil. Here, what we're gonna do, salt this thing down. Okay, we'll go ahead and add your potatoes on in. Go ahead and just give this a quick little stir, all right? And we're gonna let this boil for about a good 10 minutes. So we're gonna give this a quick little stir, and then we're gonna let this boil for about a good 10 minutes. It should be good and fork-tender by then.
Got our potatoes nice and boiled. Once we drain them, put them right back in the pot. So the steam from the pot is gonna help us break this down once we add our butter and our sour cream and all that stuff.
All right, so we got a stick of some unsalted butter. So this honey butter is real simple. It's honey, butter, and we're gonna add just a little bit of melanated sugar to spice it on up a little bit. All right, so squeeze a good bit of honey up in that thing, huh? And go ahead and drop in a little bit of that melanated sugar. Not too much though. And we're gonna add us in some cinnamon. And when I tell you that's it. That's all you gotta do to make your honey butter. Now, really and truly, you could do just honey and butter, but I want to make a cinnamon honey butter kind of similar like how Texas Roadhouse do theirs. A little twist on it. When I tell you this finna go crazy over that cornbread, y'all. All right, so once that butter melt, go ahead and just set it on the back burner. Let it do its thing on low for a few minutes. And then everything will be ready in about the next 5-10 minutes, y'all. It's time to go ahead and plate it on up. So to go ahead and make our potatoes real quick, all we're gonna do is squeeze in a little garlic paste, some black pepper, add your little salt to your taste level. I would say start low and just add in bit by bit till you get it right, because you can't unadd it, you know? A little heavy cream. If you prefer a little thicker and chunky, like you know how I like it, add a little less heavy cream. Then we're gonna sprinkle in some basil. Go ahead and mash that all in. The butter is naturally gonna melt just from the heat of the pan. Now we're gonna add us in just about 2 little small spoons worth of some sour cream. Now these potatoes is pretty thick. You want them a little bit thinner, just add a little bit more cream. Okay, y'all, and Sunday dinner is ready, huh? Okay, so we're done. So look at how tender that is. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of crazy for doing that barehanded, but you get the drift. So at this point, if you want to make it a little thicker, you can add your little cornstarch slurry, and all that is equal parts cornstarch and water. So that'll thicken this up if you want it to be like more of a thicker gravy. So we're gonna go ahead and add that slurry on in, just because I want mine just a little bit thicker. You add that slurry in bit by bit. Give it about maybe a minute to see how it thickens up for you. Okay, so look, after all that down home cooking, look, I tell you what, give yourself a break. So you seen when we was at the stove? Just steam these in the bag, you know what I mean? They got directions for them. Steam them in the bag, add a little salt, pepper, that's all you gotta do. You plate on up with the mashed potatoes. Lay them beef tips on down. Ooh. And let that just create a little moat around the side. Huh? That beautiful honey butter cornbread. Oh look. Oh, that's for the ancestors right there, boy. I put my great grandma like pinky toe kneecap all the way in this dish. My God. Hey, yeah. I'm gonna find the words to describe this, but shit. Go ahead and get some of that. Oh, yes, Lord. Let me sop that up a little bit. Oh, yes, Lord. Oh, yeah, real quick, before we get up out of here, let me know if you're enjoying the Bougie on a Budget series. Comment down below what you might want to see next, what other ideas you got. Tell me what you eat in your culture, you know what I mean? Wherever you from, if you from the top of the map, middle of the map, or if you from a completely different country, you know what I mean? We're gonna make it all, right? But until next time.
Yes, Lord, let me talk. You tune into the Chef Cord in the kitchen. We here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. Yes, Lord, let me talk.